Hi guys, welcome to Small Farmer Life. Hope you're all having an awesome day. You had a great new year and you had an especially great Christmas. And this year guys, well, I'm going to be concentrating on different things around my farm. If you've been a subscriber to the channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I was breeding pure breed poultry, selling fertile hatching eggs, chicks, point of lay hens and that sort of thing, but they ended up getting a disease. I got the vets out, I don't know how much antibiotics and how many different types of antibiotics, but I just couldn't get rid of it. So nearly every single one of the pure breeds that I had, and I had about 10 different breeds, about 10 of each, I bought them all at point of lay, so I paid around about £30 per bed. Had to be culled. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I don't like hurting animals, so I had to get a friend in to cull them for me, and it was just horrible, really horrible. So I have got around about 120, 140 beds still. They're all locked in because of bird flu, which seems to come every winter with migrating birds from Europe, and that's a nightmare in itself. I don't like to keep the birds in. I like them to be out free ranging and that sort of thing. But what I'm going to concentrate on this year is grown produce, because I do have another business that I've got, and when I was doing the chickens, well, when I had to go out and do a big landscaping project, hard landscaping, and it took like 30 days to do the job, there's only me and another couple of lads, well, I would have to get up really, really early, feed the hens, move the chicken tractors, go and feed all the free ranging hens, get all the eggs from the orders I'd got the night before, pack them up, put them in the van, ready to go to the post office to be delivered. Then when I came home on a night time, and if I came home late, I'd have to rush around the farm again, making sure the chickens had water and feed and all that sort of stuff. So it was really, really hard. So this year I'm going to concentrate on 1/3 of an acre. Now I'm going to keep the free ranging hens in the big field that I've got right in the corner over there. It's about 1/4 of an acre, so there'll be free ranging in there, and I'll sell the free ranging eggs off them. The rest of my farm looks neat and tidy, but this part of my farm I've never paid much attention to, and it's exactly 1/3 of an acre going down that line there to the corner of the shed there. So the shed's included, the grey shed, and also this large wooden shed, the first building I built on the land. Now, what I'm going to do in front of this grey shed is build a large potting shed and microgreens house, so I can grow microgreens in there, and inside the shed itself I'm going to grow mushrooms. The large wooden shed already has electricity in there, so I'm going to grow microgreens in there as well. And also mushrooms, because that's a large shed. It's 7.5 meters by 4 meters wide. It's got insulation under the floor, in the walls, so that'll be a good shed for growing produce in under UV lighting. Now, the tiny house I put up in the community section, if you've seen the picture of it, is down in the bottom corner, and I just want to show how much you can do on 1/3 of an acre of land, because people are out there looking for large parcels of land, but you don't always need large parcels of land, and people think you need like 12.5 acres to get the right to live on that land. Let me tell you something, it doesn't matter how much land you buy. Even if you buy 100 acres, it doesn't mean to say that the council are going to let you live on that land. You've got just as much chance of living on an acre of land as you'd have on 100 acres of land. The council don't worry about how much land you've got or you haven't got when they make the decision about you living on that land. Like I've said, you've just got to get onto the land. Once you're on the land, make sure your business plan's sound and you've got most of the stuff in place to start the business. But in this area here, I'm going to put my 50 foot by 15 foot polytunnel, which I was going to put across the field over there just behind the fence. I'm going to fence it off along here. I don't know what type of fencing I'm going to put up yet. It has to be something nice to match the fencing over there, but if I use that type of fencing, rabbits will get into the actual salad beds and vegetable plots. Now, what I do need to do before I start doing anything is take down these old hawthorn trees, because they're all rotten at the base and they need felling, and they'll make good firewood for through the rest of the winter. But they definitely need taken down, because every time we have a good storm, and we've just had one, a couple came down in that storm, they just keep coming down. Now, the one near the tiny house I'm going to keep. I'm going to show you the tiny house that I'm going to convert into a livable cabin. It was built for that, but with the outbreak of bird flu a couple of years back, I had to put beds in there. Now it's got double glazed windows, it's got insulation under the floor, it's got a king span roof which is 150mm thick of insulation as well, and it looks like an Hansel and Gretel style home. Now inside it's got a vaulted ceiling, and it was built for £400. That's all I built it for, £400. And I think that's going to make an awesome tiny home, and it's going to look out over the pond that is nearly full now, so I'll be able to put the rocks around it. I've got some huge boulders that weigh around half a ton, some of them probably near enough a ton, and then the mud that you see, or the soil that you see, my friend will go mad when I call it mud, but the soil that you see in the background, I'm going to put a hobbit house just there, and the view will be across the pond, through the hobbit house, over the fields. So it'll be an excellent view from the tiny home. But all of this will be done on 1/3 of an acre. So if you can find a small patch of land in the corner of some large farm that a farmer is not using, you might get it cheap. And it doesn't matter if it's hilly or it's a little bit boggy in places. If it's a little bit boggy in one area, you could turn that into a pond and then field drain the rest of the land into that pond, and it wouldn't take long to level off a piece of ground or clear it from any brush, brambles and that sort of thing. It might look like it's a small parcels of land, like that dog groomers I talk about over the back. He is only on 1/6 of an acre, and he has a huge stable block of around about 8 stables, which he's converted into a doggy hotel, a huge caravan on there, and a massive concrete slab. And when you looked at that land before he cleared it up, it looked tiny, honestly. Had brambles all over it, and he cleaned it up and it looks really nice now. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen anyway, so you can see what it looks like from above. That's what it looks like from above, and this is what it looks like from the road. A nice looking place, but if you'd have seen it before he touched it, honestly guys, it was a mess, and it didn't look nowhere near that size. But he's turned it into a good business, and now he owns the land behind it. But yeah guys, all these trees, these hawthorn here, are going to be coming down. All the other brush that's in the way. I do have a wood store over there which has got plenty of good wood under it, but you can't get to it because the hawthorn is, well, hawthorn, and if you've ever been caught in hawthorn, you'll know it's not nice. But yeah, we're going to have a potting shed in front of the grey shed. We're going to have some herb beds on the grey gravel. I'll put them here on this grey gravel area. I'll clean out these beds because this Japanese ace is dead now. and I'll use them beds also. I'll have a nice gate here. I've got a water outlet there, and I'll put a nice fence all the way down there and use this 1/3 of an acre. I've measured it on Google Earth, and that's a good tool if you're looking at buying some land and you want to measure exactly what the area is. You can just go on Google Earth Pro. It has a ruler on there, and you can see how many acres is in that piece of land that you might be looking at buying. And if you're looking for land to buy and you can't find any, stop looking online. I've said it before, get out there, knock on doors, ask as many people as possible. It's a numbers game. Yes, you might get the door slammed in your face, you might get a lot of no's, but you don't need one yes. Google Earth will help you point out some bits of land that you might be looking at. You can go on the land registry website, you can check out who owns it. I know a lot of people complain that it's going to cost them £3, but even if you bought 50 sets of deeds and you got one yes from someone who wanted to sell the land, it'll only cost you 150 quid. And farmers will not charge you nowhere near as much as a private seller would charge you, trust me. Private sellers think any piece of land that they own, you're going to get the right to build a house on there, and it should go for 100 grand an acre, where a farmer will normally sell it at the average cost per acre, maybe a little bit more if it's only an acre or two, but it's the best way to buy land from farmers, because all of my friends bought their land from farmers, and you can do it too. You just got to stick at it. Like I say, it's a numbers game. If you ask enough, you'll get one yes, and that's all you need, one yes. Anyway guys, this is what we're going to be doing in 2022. I want to concentrate on my farm. My other business, I don't really want to do it anymore. It is a good recognised business in my town. I might have to do several jobs to get some money in, to get this place up and running properly and get everything built on here, because it will take time and it will take money to actually do everything I want to do. And then once I can go full time on the farm, I wish I was full time now, honestly, so I could just crack on and get things done, because when you've only got a day here, a weekend there, you can't get that much done. If you've got a family and a partner, you can get a lot more done than you can when you're on your own. So if you're on your own, honestly guys, start small. You'll honestly benefit from the learning experience. If you try and start big like I did with the chickens and building loads of chicken tractors, spending thousands of pounds, bringing in loads of birds, instead of just starting with a couple of breeds and then adding to the breeds, you'll regret it, honestly. So start small, learn that business first and build on that business. Anyway guys, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, and you should subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of more upcoming videos, bell button. My name's Craig, you've been watching A Small Farmer Life. Hope to see you again here in 2022. As always guys, thanks again to all my patrons, couldn't thank you guys enough. Make sure you take care of yourself, most of all, take care of the family. Be genuine guys. Bye for now, see you.